Okay, so I've been pretty busy in here. It's been a long time since I did a video, so I'll try to get you guys caught up today now that I have some time. This here is our ladder for our lounging loft. You can see there's still some materials up there. I still have a few things to do. I got to do the sliding door and the toilet and the bathroom, but it's coming along. So what I did here, let's try to give you a better angle here. So this is it's all 1x6s that I use to make this. I use premium 1x6s. Generally find them in a hardware store by Shelving or other finishing lumber. They're fairly inexpensive. I built this whole ladder for $20, about maybe 25 with the hinges. I used some cabinet screws on the side here. They're self-tapping, so I didn't have to pre-drill anything. And I put in little blocks here to put in some additional support for the steps, but it works pretty good. It's pretty solid considering how light materials it is. And then what I did, this is kind of I don't know if this has been done before, something I kind of thought up here. So instead of using a bar and some hooks to secure the ladder, I basically put in some hinges in the corners here. And you can see there's a pin here. So I just pull the pin up. I do that on both sides, and now I can remove the ladder. Put the pins in, not all the way though, because I want to be able to remove them with my hands and not have to get tools out all the time. But it pushed the pins in, even with the floor here. And now, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm shaking it. It's completely solid. Doesn't move at all. There's little rubber pads on the bottom, can't see them, but I got rubber pads and hinges, and this thing is pretty much rock solid. Can walk up it, and it works great. So that was my solution for the ladder issue. Not a whole lot going on here since the last video, but let's go down and take a look at the bathroom. A little bit going on in there. One thing that you can see is I have the lighting for the bathroom done. I basically did some strip lighting, and this is basically just, I don't know exactly what it's technically called, like a carpet runner or something. It would be like in between lino and carpet, and I just used it to secure these LED strip lights on. And the wiring, I don't know if you can see it, but basically right here, the wiring goes in behind. Because it's bent, there's a little bit of room back there, and so it just gives it a bit cleaner look. And then I have it coming out of the wall over there. And that's how I decided to do that, because right here, this part of the roof, that's the floor of the loft, so there's nothing there. I can't hide wiring in there. It has to be on the exterior. So that's what I did there. It's the light switch, kind of on and off. Now this fan over here, I had some problems with this. I originally had a computer fan in here, and it wasn't strong enough. This is basically a foam duct. It goes down and then makes a 90-degree turn out the wall. The computer fan, there's two dampers. There's a damper in the wall, and then on the outside where the exhaust is, there's a damper out there. And then there's a bug screen because we were getting flies coming in. And so with all of that, the computer fan wasn't strong enough to open both dampers. And so I found this other fan. This is it was actually at like a Princess Auto. It's like an automotive place, some sort of surplus or something. And but it's a really powerful fan. It's actually too powerful, and it's really loud. So I'm gonna have to try to maybe get like a dimmer switch or something, kind of tone it down. But you can hear this thing. I'm gonna turn this thing on here. It sounds like a jet engine. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty loud, but it'll work for now, and I'll get a dimmer switch or something on it. Okay, so that was just my dad in the last video. He didn't know I was recording, so kind of distracted me for a minute there. And then here's the shower. I think I did a couple of videos on my phone. I think they were, maybe a little choppy. My phone doesn't really have very good image stabilization, but this is a pretty good size shower. It's 32 by 34. The way that I have the faucet rigged up, or the shower head rigged up, I can easily stand under there without crouching. So that basically, I think it'll work pretty good. I have had some issues with the temperature changes. You can see down here, the side of the shower surround is kind of bulged, and I think that it's kind of weird because when I installed this, it was actually fairly warm still. but for some reason with the heating and cooling in here, like it'll be well below 0 and then I'll heat it up to be comfortable to work in. For some reason there's something going on with the expansion and contraction there, so I'm gonna have to fix that. It'll be a bit of a pain, but stuff like that happens when you're building something like this. And then I've already gone over it, but this is just a tub handle set. Basically, you got your hot and your cold, and in the center here, normally you would go to the tub faucet and to the shower, but basically when it's down, when it's pointed down, it'll be water off, and when it's pointed up, it'll be water on, and then that'll let us conserve water while we're showering. When we're just soaping up and whatnot, we'll turn the water off, so we'll just have water on to get wet and then have water on to rinse, and we won't be wasting water standing there for 5 minutes. So that'll help us conserve water. All right, so that was a pretty good break, but let's move on to the next part of the video. So I'll talk about this stove here. Probably jumps out at you, but that's a fairly significant thing that's come along. And then also the loft and the stairs. So these stairs, they're basically alternating stairs, and I built storage into them, and basically this is going to be our shoe rack. So this side, you can see I've already got some stuff in there. But yeah, this is basically, it works like a regular staircase, but it takes up half of the horizontal space. But then here, there's some quite large cubbies there, and then we sort of, basically this is the back of our shelving unit upstairs there, and it kind of acts as a wall to give a little bit of privacy. But let's try these stairs out here. And so the only thing is you have to start on the right step to make it comfortable, but other than that, you can walk up, no hands, and we're in the loft now. So sorry for the lighting, it's not adjusting very well, but so this thing here, this is a mattress. It's a 6-inch medium latex, natural latex, organic mattress, basically chemical free, and that's what we're gonna have up here. Does not require a box spring, and it comes shipped basically as a roll, and it expands a lot more than you'd think. You're looking at this, it looks like, oh, you're gonna have like a 2-inch foam mattress. No, it's actually 6 inches, and it's actually pretty firm. So it'll be interesting when we cut this thing open how much it expands. So let's see how that goes. And then here's the inside of our shelving unit. Some of that cracking is just the polyurethane on the floor. Basically, down here where the seams are, when we did the polyurethane, sometimes if I'm sitting somewhere where I haven't stepped before, it'll basically just crack right in the seam. But it's not actually the wood cracking. But yeah, so here's our shelving unit for our clothes and other things. I think there'll be plenty of room. We decided to go with the shelving unit instead of a dresser, because with the pull-outs on a dresser, well, one, it's heavier, but also it takes up room when you pull that drawer out. It gets into your space. So to maximize space, we decided to just go with shelves. And it's not really a big deal because we're not going to have a lot of people up here. I mean, we'll show people the loft, but we're not going to have guests hanging out up in our room, so it's not like it's going to be a privacy concern or anything like that. And then those X's are basically just little dividers. This whole shelf is from IKEA, by the way, but those X's are little dividers, so we can put our socks and underwear and stuff in those and keep everything organized. And then over here in the corner, there was a little bit of extra space, and so I haven't quite decided what to do yet, but I might put a shelf or some hooks or a hanger or something in there, but we'll use that as well for storage. And so my battery's getting low, and I guess now would be a time to take a break, and we'll do another video about the rest of the updates. Take care.